Howdy partners, this is Kiram with Clear Imaging, clearimaging.com. We design wicked websites, fresh websites for 2 decades, basically forever. We're looking at a website right here, a mechanic website, and we're going to do a little design audit and see what's wrong with this design, and there is a lot. And this is what you get when you fly WIX. Alright, this website's made by using WIX. It was probably made by the owner of this company who is not a website designer. And so when you get somebody like this making their own website, this is what you get. So there's a lot wrong with it. And this is why WIX should only be used if you're a professional, to be honest. So let's take a look. First things first, the header is too deep. It's covering almost 50% of the initial screen here. And that's way too much space taken up. The header needs to be really short because this real estate is very valuable. You'll notice this header is very short right here. So this is taking up tons of real estate. It needs to be small so that you can focus on your unique selling proposition, which should go right here, which it actually doesn't have. So a lot of things wrong. Let's shorten this header. Let's get an actual real logo, put that in the top corner, and remove all this call to action stuff and organize it so that we have a logo up here and then calls to action up here and then navigation in the middle. Example could be like this. Logo here, navigation, call to action. Alright, that's what you can do. If you want the social buttons, then you can just put them on top very smoothly, but there's just too much crammed in this header. It's actually too much to look at, so no one's going to bother reading it because there's so much going on, all this stuff calling for your attention. So it needs to be organized, and then we'll get the nice unique selling proposition put right here in the middle, because that's where the eyes will land. And right now he has this, which is not sufficient. It needs to put we solve problem with solution, so you get desired result, right? So, desired result for auto mechanics would be peace of mind. You're getting the reassurance that your car's not going to break down. The solution is their excellent mechanic work, and the problem would be whatever car problem. So we need that crafted, put right here, very nice and big, and then they can move this whole thing up. This is a huge mistake to have your call to action all the way down here. The call to action needs to be visible on this initial screen. That's a big problem. I want to see that button right here, and they put that little paragraph and then the big unique selling proposition right there up front. And then we move on. We have about me. This is too generic. People won't read that because everyone puts that. So they need to do something different, such as put a picture of the owner right here, and then edit this heading to be something like hi, I'm blah, owner of blah. Just make it more like it's a communication from a real person as opposed to just this generic thing that everybody else has. And then we have contact right away, which is a little too soon. And then the website's done, basically. So it's severely underdone. We have like a little blog post and a footer. And this is what you get when you make a website with WIX and you're not a professional. We even have a horizontal scroll, which is not nice. So it's missing a ton of sections, right? But if we just optimize this one, it would be a lot better, this initial screen here. And then optimize this, and then we're not even listing all the problems and services. That's a key point. So after we do this introduction right here, hi, I'm John, the owner of blah, blah, blah. And then I would want to see a section with their main problems that they solve. Is it clutches? Is it tires? Is it engine? Is it body work? Whatever it is, I would like to see some of those top problems here. And then I would like to see a list of their services. Okay, people want to know what you do. And people scan read, so you don't expect people to read a paragraph. You need to put like boxes showing all of your services. So those are two sections that are badly needed. All right, and then we don't have any testimonials, so got to get some testimonials. You could do something like this, right? You could put something like this, or you can get a grid embedded from Facebook or Google like this. But either way, we need some social proof after the services with some testimonials. That would be very good. And then we move along, and then a contact form would make sense. But again, they should not use something so generic as contact. It should be something like, let's talk, or reach out to us, or what's your what's wrong with your car? You know what I mean? Like, let's make it a real communication, not just this generic thing. Form, and then blog section. I would remove this unless they actually had at least 3 articles. So they should get back into it and start creating content and not just have the one. Then we hit the bottom and the site is done. If they just did those things, this site would increase its conversions considerably, because right now it's basically an incomplete website. It only has one page, which is this page. We're not even going to talk about the SEO factors of ranking in Google. But as you can see, this website is basically a business card, and you can't afford to have your website as a business card. It really needs to be a highly optimized, finely crafted sales funnel. Just starting at the top, enlightening, telling the prospect about what you do, what you can do for them, why they should trust you, etc., etc. And if we went over the sections we just went over, if they added the sections we just went over, it would be much more effective. Additionally, they don't have a section here about common objections, because people will have objections, especially when hiring a mechanic, because mechanics cheat people, they lie, they inflate prices, right? They do a bad job. These are worries that people have when they're looking for a mechanic. So you should address all those objections on your website. And you can do like a little grid of 3 of them designed like this. You can have objection here, and then the handling, objection like this, and then a handling, and then a heading for the whole section. And that'll do a lot to build trust, because you got to build trust. People are already in a state of unease when they're looking at companies online. They don't know who to trust, and add on to that, it's a mechanic, which are known to be distrustful. So you really need to go out of your way to build that trust, and you should definitely handle those objections and say how your team doesn't do that at all. You guarantee blah blah blah, and that would go a long way in converting some prospects into customers. And if you want your website nicely designed so that it converts prospects into customers, come on down to clearimaging.com. We design wicked websites, very fresh designs, and we've been at it forever. Very few web companies have been around this long, and all of our work is custom. There's no WIX.com cookie cutter business. We tailor make the website for you. It's all based around what you want, and until you love the design, we don't stop. So it's only finished when it's at the point where you love it. So you get exactly what you want. So come on down, clearimaging.com. Let us know if there's anything we can do for you.